to the land of if there ain't no oil under it, there ain't no oil in it. You don't need to worry about blowing up Cummins dumpsters. Yeah, she's pissing out the oil. This is fine. What a dog. He's done, dog. You get a chrome racing stripe. Look at that thing. It looks good. Good dog. All right. So a lot of you fellers watching this channel, you guys know me as a dirty old derelict cripple who likes to drink lunch and dinner and maybe breakfast. Hell yes. You know, remember, you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. You gotta remember that. Some of you fellers have even said that I don't shake hands with danger. I jerk it off. What, you got a roll Saskatchewan roll chrome? You did the good stuff? Are you stunned? So that all being said, this cripple, I'm pretty fearless when it comes to most stuff. I mean, I've done 70 mile an hour with my buddy Dallas in a street sweeper. Oh, we're picking up speed way faster now. Oh, yeah. Hang on to the rail. Hang on to the... If one of these tires blows... How fast do we go, son? 70 mile an hour, buddy. I've done burnouts until things lit on fire. It's on fire again. I've been skydiving before. That was pretty cool. None of these things really bug this cripple that much. This guy likes to give her all the way, and I don't really let fear and common sense stand in my way of a good time. I'm of the belief that when it's your time, it's your time. And between then and meow, you might as well give her all the way, put her in the danger zone, feed her a little ketchup, and see what happens, right?
So disgusting.
I mean, one might say, duck around and find out. So I'm about to let you minty fellers in on a little piece of information about myself that not a whole lot of people know about. I have a bit of an phobia. It comes with the territory with being a fat Terry Fox, and I'm not afraid of fire. I'm not afraid of doing burnouts. Not afraid of skydiving. Not afraid of a hobble home after my old fur dies. But what I am afraid of, and this is a fear passed down from years of crippled generations, and we all have this fear, whether your crippled friend says it or not. We all have this fear, and it's bad. There isn't one cripple out there with a dirty old leg delete that likes ladders. I hate ladders. Ladders suck. My nickname at one of the shops I worked at was called 3 Point. And the reason they called me 3 Point, because you had to have 3 points of contact when you climbed up a ladder onto a frac pump or something like that. And I couldn't fill the quota. I wasn't technically allowed to climb things because I didn't have 3 points of contact. Or 3 points of contact was all I had. My family doesn't like table saws. What, for missing a bunch of fingers? And we do not like ladders. We're always falling off ladders. We're basically Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation every time we pull a ladder out.
I'd hope he falls and breaks his neck.
I'm sure he'll fall, but I don't think we're lucky enough to have him break his neck.
So you're saying, Peg, what are you, stunned? And yes, I am stunned. All of it. But the honeydew list around here is awfully long. It's a real thing. And it's at the end of October right now, and let me tell you this for free. We don't have a whole lot of sunlight, and I promised Mrs. Peg that I would finally fix the lights on the front of the shop. The lights up here, they're no bueno. Absolutely nothing. We got no lights, no camera, and no action. I bought those fancy pants lights up there, and they're junk. They all died, and they suck. So I went on Scamazon and I bought some new ones that are probably junk. But the wife says, she says, oh, just go on the ladder and we'll just hold it.
How about new?
I'm not going on the ladder. This cripple hates ladders. I don't think you guys understand as to how much this cripple does not like ladders. When you go to step down, like just picture this for a second. Just picture walking somewhere, you know, you're minding your own business, you got both feet engaged, you're having a good time. Then all of a sudden somebody gets rid of one. You're hitting the ground. It's not fun. But imagine that 12 feet off the ground trying to change a light. You go to stand down and your leg's deleted. Next thing you know, you're falling your fat crippled ass off the ladder. That's a bad time. It happened lots. All of it. Oh yeah, don't forget. Mint. Oh, by the time this video comes out, somebody Mint's gonna be giving her all the way.
Where are the stars and stripes and the eagle fly?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President-elect Donald J. Trump.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. see the
Oh man!
trace. It is just a massive act. The Donald Trump will become
Yeah! 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 America! What the hell? You cannot be serious. How did I wake up to this garbage as my president? Ha ha!
So anyhow, what I figured out is I'm afraid of ladders. All my lights are burning out my shop. So I'm talking behind my back. So I need a bunch of lights done. The honeydew list is, you know, I told the wife, I said, there's no need to remind me every year to get stuff done. I'm gonna get it done. Just relax. I got the lights. I don't want to go on a ladder, and I got from the dump. Well, almost from the dump. It was pre-dump stuff. So this dirty old derelict cripple was at the dump about 2 years ago, and it was this fat guy in a Dodge, and he says to me, he says, oh yeah, I got a bunch of junk over at my house, and maybe you might want to buy some of it. I said, oh, okay, cool. So he's like, it's all going to the dump anyway. You might as well come by and have a look at stuff, something you may want. That's pretty much all I do. That's my specialty. So he says, why don't you come on by and see what you want. So my crippled ass goes over there, and I'm poking around through all this stuff, and lo and behold, I find the safe, reliable, mint unit that's definitely not 1980s and a giant death trap. And no, I'm not talking about a sacked out old Ferd. Willard, are you stunned? Are you stunned, dog? Are you logging? What are you doing? You stunned, dog? So when you guys go and buy a sticker, is it, are you stunned on it? Like it's legit. Like he is definitely stunned. I don't know if it just happens naturally or by having the microwave set on high when he was in there or what happened, but he is stunned. Willard. He's eating the sticks. He's stunned. So what piece of 1980s gear that was on its way to the dump did I get? Well, it's right over there. It's in the weeds. It's behind a Ferd. It's behind Mount Aluminum More that I got from a dump, and my dump sled, and my other dump sled. That's another machine that I got that was heading to the dump that my buddy Ty gave me, neighbor of mine, Minty. He gave me that dirty old dump sled. Well, it was on its way to the dump. If it's on its way to the dump and someone calls me and asks if I want it, I'm gonna come get it. So it's technically dump spec. It's still pretty mint. But that old pile, well, it's not a ladder, and it'll get you high. Willard, I'm not throwing that. I'm not throwing it. No, you're too stunned. You stunned, dog. So I'm gonna go fire up the old skid steer and move all this junk out of the way and get that handicap accessible ladder in the shop. This is gonna be a treat. Oh, how rammy do I get with these forks? All of it.
A nice piece of
your space flight's gonna be a brutal assault on your senses. I'm here to give you a taste of that. They're gonna be sucking your eyes into the back of your head.
I just want to seriously say I have a small fear of flying.
I'm gonna twist you. And I'm gonna flip you. Wrap your body till your bones hurt. When you squeal, you're just gonna go faster and harder.
So a lot of people watching this derelict program are gonna say, Peg, that thing's a death trap. It's made in the 80s, it's sacked right out. It's made in the 80s, it's sacked right out.
It's made in the 80s, it's sacked right out. It's made in the 80s, sack right out.
And you're probably gonna die, you might as well use a ladder. Being that I have an irrational fear of greasy old ladders, I don't care. I'd rather die trying to make this thing work rather than try to go up another ladder. I've even drank courage into going up a ladder and still pussied out. I don't do ladders, they're not fun. The whole story on this thing is I think what it's designed to do based upon the 6,485 gallons of paint that's stuck to it is you'd have this thing inside of a building or something like that and you know, fire it up and dial it around. It would just lift you up, and then what you could do with it is it's got this dingle on the end of it, and it's supposed to have a dingle wheel off the side, and it's supposed to dial around with this crank thing, 500 with hydraulic line. It's a debacle. And then you turn it and you could drive it through or whatever. It's got like spring tensioner things that like pushes a little bit of pressure on it. This thing's a giant pile of We're gonna, I hate all this garbage. It's all gotta go. What I figured a cripple would do is, with the price of genies and whatnot, that's what they're at, one of them fancy pants outdoor riggings that it's got wheels on it and usually powered by an air-fired diesel of some variety. Oh. If you guys want to get a good case of some pants wind going on, what you got to do is go to Costco and buy those greasy old fiber 1 bars. Man, I've been ripping ass, and it smells like Miller Latte, onions, and my It's quite craptacular. It's a good time. The old lady's not having it. Kicked me out of the Aqua Shack. I mean, I did blow the covers off with my balloon knot lollipop, but I mean, that's not even a big deal. So being that a genie cost an arm and a leg, and well, I got insufficient funds, what a feller's gonna do is make this thing into an outdoor, indoor skid steer attachment. I think that's safe. With the amount of dump steel and junk I bought at Uncle Wiener's, I should be set up pretty good. So what I got is a skid steer plate. They got these at Uncle Wiener's. I picked her up for a good deal. It's not even made in China.
China.
At all. That's not made in China.
China.
That's a spelling typo right there. Don't worry about that. That's not China.
China.
So I figured what I'd do is add some dump steel, a bunch of welding, and turn this thing into a genie. I mean, it'll just identify as a safe genie. That's what's gonna happen.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Remember how I told you guys about those fiber 1 bars? Oh my goodness. What a cripple's gonna do is see if he can't get this thing to chooch with what's in there and then figure out what's actually wrong with it. I had this thing in the shop. I was dinking around on it, but I never did get to fixing it. So let's just see if we can get it up. And at my age, it's hard to do that. We're gonna get this thing up, and you can't work on it unless it's up. It's a giant pile of shit. So we got to figure out what we're going to do to get it up. I think this is the greasy old charger. Yeah, that's a charger right there. And then it charges the batteries that are supposed to be inside. So somehow I got to figure out how to get in underneath it to get it to come up a little bit so we can start working on it. You know what I'm going to do? I think I can maybe go at it from underneath. Oh, there's a battery in there. I hope that battery's not all sacked out. It's barely even full of mud. What's this here? Lift control station. Well, it's not doing its thing. This is why electrical sucks. I wanted to tie this thing into the skid steer. You could just have hydraulics giving her all the way, and then it would probably just launch you into orbit when you gave her. But then I figured the way the hydraulic systems work with the skid steer, mine's all mechanical. There's probably some skid steer electronical hydraulic experts out there that are calling me stunned right now and saying I probably could use that. But I mean, if I leave this thing somewhere and I don't have the skid steer hooked up, it'd still be nice to be able to go up and down with it. So we're not gonna do that. Let's have a gander under this thing. So there is a battery in there that I left in there that's probably sacked out, meow. And there's solenoids over here. Oh yeah. All right, so there's a solenoid right here and a bunch of burnt wires. What is that? Oh my goodness. I think that's what's left of the dingle hose thing that some rat was eating. But let's just jump the solenoid out after we put some power to it. Yeah, so this one here, if we put power to this guy, I think, this is on the motor side of the solenoid, we should be able to get her to shoot you up a bit. So let's see what happens there. So you're saying peg and leg and you're crippled, and you're about to be more crippled if one of those sacked out old hydraulic lines on the old case skid steer lets go. Well, you're probably right. You're not wrong, but
poor flat bastard.
Still doesn't trump my irrational fear of ladders. I do not like ladders. Ladders suck. All right, let's see what happens. Oh. Is it doing lift stuff? Is it lifting? I'm guessing you gotta put oil in it? Maybe? I don't like electrical things. You know, if it's a diesel fired unit, you just give her all the way and put oil in it until things start to move. That's how the old loader out at the Ford farm goes. It doesn't move. You put oil in it, it's fine. I don't think there's any oil in this thing. How do you put oil in it? Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna put oil in this hole here. So you guys are asking me, you're saying, Peg, what's the right oil application for that hot rod? Well, any oil is better than no oil. So we're just gonna put that in there. We have the old bucket pump, we'll try that out. All right, well on this episode of the wrong oil is better than no oil, she's gonna get 10W30. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, she's taking it. All right, let's see what happens now. You think it's gonna shoot? Is there like an up valve or something you gotta hit? This is why things shouldn't have safety.
Safety always off.
Because if it didn't have any safety, I'd already be going up with it. I don't understand how any of this crap works. All right, I got an idea. For right now, what I'm gonna do, there's a hydraulic ram right there, eh? So I gotta get some kind of juice to it to get it to go up. That's easy. I worked on all kinds of skid steers and junky equipment in my day. I know that that's a fancy pants valve that doesn't relieve all the pressure all the way. You can see that. So if you go lift up with it, it doesn't come down in a hurry if the line blows off, right? That all being said, there's all kinds of electrical safeties and overrides on this piece of that we got to delete before we can give her all the way. So I think what we can do to get it to go up, tie into this guy here with some kind of hydraulic pressure and get her to go up. Or B, try to lift up on that carriage with the skid steer forks just to see if we can get it up enough that we can work on it. I mean, you're gonna want to have a piece of iron that has to work in order for you to work on it. Like, what a hot pile of shit. The battery goes inside of here. Like, what is that? It's junk. That's doing it. So basically what's crapping right now, if that skid steer fork slipped out of there, I'm a dead cripple if I stick my fingers in there. So I'm gonna stick some wood into this thing to jam it so it stays up. That'll be safe. Wood is always safety rated. Man. All right, well, meow, we can safely work on this hot rod. Let's see here. Give it the old shake test. We're golden. What we got here is hydraulic pressure. I'm gonna guess it comes out of there. So that goes through here, which is a control valve. And then that goes up to the front valve bank. So we basically just have to rig in and activate this guy so she can go up, I think. Multiple solenoids on this hot pile. There's this one here, and then it goes up to this solenoid here, which runs the motors. I can't believe I left a good battery in this thing. Well, it might have been good. We're gonna put it on the charger and see if we can't get it to chooch back to life. My pants. We're just gonna put power to everything and see what happens. That's the good way to go boot it. All right, so we got the leads on there. Red's hot and black is ground. Well, we should just need the red. What we're gonna do in order to get this guy to chooch is we gotta have power that runs through this guy. So we gotta figure out if there's power coming onto this side. And then this wire here goes over to this solenoid. We gotta figure out if we're getting wall gas over here when we click this guy on. I'm guessing if we run this guy here, this will allow chooch flow to go from the motor right here, through here, into here, which gives pressure to that valve bank and chooches into that line. So what we're gonna do is bypass all the safeties and put power to everything. It's fine. Oh my goodness, no wonder the wife doesn't love me right now. It's bad. So this hose right here goes to the ram over there. So I guess we could have, oh, this loose hose that's sacked out. So I guess we could have hooked pressure to this guy and it would have lifted this thing up right to the skid steer. That'd have been rowdy. This thing would have flown. I kind of want to do that still. I don't know about you minty pricks, but I got a favorite Kresge wrench. I love this thing. It's just a good wrench. I don't know where I got it from or what's going on. It's not name brand, but I just like it. So giving this one chooch, this one here, if you give this one chooch, things will happen. Much like any self-respecting hillbilly. I got 8,485 fittings over here, and one might work. I got this one from Princess Auto. Remember when we did that dump box on that old Ford? All right, so we bypassed all the electrical stuff, all the safety stuff, everything, and then we rigged it into this skid steer dingle here. So for how skid steers work is you got a power dealie up there, right? And then so you got a pedal on the floor of these old, And when you go one way, it opens up the circuit for a return and pressures up one side. The other way, it does the other. So basically we're gonna put a whole bunch of pressure to that ram to see if we can't get it to move. And it should move fast too, because I'm gonna guess that this thing's not rigged up to do 3,000 psi at, I think this guy's 28 or 30 gallons per minute or something like that. I don't actually know, but it gives her. All right, let's see what happens. Oh yeah! Oh, we're finding the weak spots on the hydraulic hoses. Look at the oil coming out of that. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You're gonna want to have oil coming out like that. Oh, the oil is real. For Fox Creek, there isn't one hydraulic line on this pile of shit that's not shooting oil out everywhere. All right, let's try it again. Oh yeah. Does it go down? Yeah. All right, it's like a car in a neighborhood with them donkey donks or whatever the f it's called. Look at that. It's just big pimping. Look at how fast it goes up. Oh yeah, that's safe. Oh yeah. Oh, you don't need to worry about the safety. All right, well, I don't want to break this thing and make it unsafe, so I'm not going to give her all the way with the hydraulics on the skid steer and hit the pedal real fast.
Don't be a pussy. Oh, oh.
Well, good thing we're fixing this thing so we can fix the lights for Fox Creek. All right, so I didn't even make a giant mess in my shop and blow hydraulic oil everywhere and give her all the way and blow the lights off my ceiling. And let me tell you this, the irony is definitely not lost, being that I'm using this thing to fix the lights in the shop. I ended up up the lights on the shop, but I mean, that's fine. Oh, that was the good one too, and that was the one that the dick electrician guy did and made it all mint and made safety and all the rest of that shit. But all that's fine. We got this thing to shoot. This thing's leaking oil out of everything. Everything's pouring oil. There's oil coming out of this valve bank. There's oil coming out of that dingle, out of that. It's literally pouring out of that one. Look at that. That's how you know it's good. But I'm gonna do a little cleanup here and maybe move this thing out of the oil pile. And we're gonna start back on this in a bit. Do you think Costco will still warranty that? That's a good light still. Man, I'm hard on gear. So if you minty pricks are wondering what oil burnt and floor dry is, our clay up here, when it dries out, it works really good for sucking up oil, which is convenient because I'm really good at blowing it all over the shop floor. Is that a good shotgun shell? That's a good shotgun shell.
Lucky.
But yeah, you just spread it all over the floor here, make an absolute mess with all your Halloween candy garbage and beer cans and whatnot, and it just sucks the oil up for you. It's fine. All right, well, being that I do enjoy the finer things in life, what for having, 5 functioning toes and 10 functioning fingers and a head that's not scissored off. Wheeler dog, you stick your head in there? Man, your racing stripe's falling off. I stuck a pile of my firewood in there, what for it's not coming down, and then we got the skid steer jammed in there again. Now we can tackle this giant pile of and get it to work like it's supposed to. I want to be able to run it from up there on 12-volt power. All right, well, I'm gonna blow this piece of off. And I think the first thing we're gonna do this morning is just tear everything off, start from scratch, because this is a giant hot pile of I just listened to the JRE Trump podcast for the second time again today, and man, that guy's mint. Just a treat. What a treat. What a good song. All right, so this is what's crapping. All of this thing has like 7,845 safeties on it, even though it's from 19, whatever the it is. So I've done my best to get rid of all of them. I got rid of this control box thingy, cut off all the wires. This thing here had safeties and overrides and all kinds of shit. What the plan is here, you gotta hook power to here to activate this solenoid. And then this hose, right? This hose runs down here, up here to this 12-volt valve bank. So this is in and this is out. So you got hydraulic fluid flowing through this mother. When you would hit the toggle for going up and down, it excites this solenoid, which allows oil to come out of here, and then the thing goes up, all right? So then when the thing's up, you want to come back down, you pull power from this one and you put it to this guy. And what this guy does is it allows the hydraulic pressure to flow back through the valve and back to the tank through this line here. So being that it goes through that line, it goes back to tank, coming through this hose, up and into the top here. So that's what's going on with that thing. It's pretty basic, pretty rudimentary after you get rid of the 7,000 pounds of leaves and shit that was jamming it all up. So that all being said, this system should work for a cripple. There's 8,455 wires for this pile of shit, but I'm only gonna use a couple. Being that I don't give a fuck about safety, I'm just gonna have one switch and it's gonna be up there. So when you hit power to it, it'll go up. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna relocate the battery. So the battery is supposed to be right there. Well, that's a pain in the ass because, well, everything's gonna have a battery around here because that's just the way she goes. So being that I got to kind of protect this thing and have a battery box on the outside, I'm just going to weld this on here. I'm going to weld right on top of the greasy old leaves that are soaked in hydraulic oil because that's a good idea. So as far as these guys go, so all I'm going to have up top is 12 volts for this, right, on one switch, 12 volts for this on another switch, and then that's it. And I did find this thing at the dump a long time ago. I don't know what's going on with it. It's some kind of a hydraulic motor valve 500. I don't know why it was at the dump, but it's got hydraulic lines on it that are already adapted down to 1/4 inch pipe, and this is all 1/4 inch pipe. So I got my hoses. I don't go to town, which is mint, and you're gonna want to use stinky old dump hoses for safety.
That's a really good idea. Hey, man.
But don't worry, I'm gonna leave this valve in here. This is that safety valve 500, what for it not coming down too fast if the line blows. So it's safe. We're gonna have at least one safety on this piece of. She's mint. Well, let's get to welding. So any of you minty pricks doing battery cables, I used to be the old solder guy, you know, you fill up the old battery lug full of solder and give her all the way. But then I seen P Auto had these hydraulic crimpers on sale. All right, so you just stick the dingle home in there and crimp her all the way. And I mean, it's not going to be as good as solder, but it takes like 1/8 of the time. And it's just fine for all this shit. I use it on my truck too, works good. You just dial the die out for whatever size cable. So this is all 1 gauge. So you just dial her up with the corresponding dies, make sure that's all dialed in there, stick her home, tighten the old up, and jack her off.
Hey, bailiff, check it out. I'm jacking off.
Way, way, way awesomer than trying to solder these dirty pricks. The other good thing about this is you can jack it with one hand, and then you got the other hand for drinking. So that's good. Sounds like my average Friday night. And then throw a little bit of red Toby tape on her, and she's mint. I mean, you can use red shrink tube on this and seal her up proper, but I mean, we're not that honky-tonkin' around here. So now, we got the batteries cooked up. Holy f***, is this thing a tangled up pile of spaghetti sh**. What the sweet fiddlers is the dingle here. All right, so this wire here is gonna be the hot wire for the main switch panel there. And this guy here, well, I probably want to put some hoses on this thing before I chooch it, but we're going to chooch it anyway because I'm a moron. So this turns the thing on, and this one here should fire this one and just pump nothing. So it's dead-ended, not moving anything. But as soon as we hook up this here, it'll chooch. All right, so as far as all this fiddle goes, these hoses are going to be a bit long, and by a bit long, I mean all of it, but it's got to replace this. But these 1/4 inch pipe and this minty prick, that's a lot bigger, but she's adapted down. So we'll be good to go. The dump provides. All right, well, all the brand used dump hoses are in there. So we got that guy dialed in here. That was perfectly adapted over the 1/4. I got a pipe swivel from P Auto a while ago. I got a whole case of it. It was on sale. I got that guy in there. That guy taped it over, so she's got brand used lines on there. Well, let's just see. Let's see what happens now. The power for the solenoid here. That fires up. And this one here. Now it should go up. Oh, no, we gotta hot wire this guy. Yeah, so right now we got hydraulic oil flowing through the system. So now we gotta run a wire from this guy. This guy also needs power. Yeah, so right now it'd be the equivalent to the skid steer running with hydraulics engaged on that with the auxiliary, right? So it'd be oil flowing through here. And then this here is gonna do our directing for the flow. Oh, there it goes. Man, so to come down, you would hook up red. So red to go down. Man. All right, so I'm doing some around and let's find out together. So I reckon this is a giant pile of safety. I think there's safety going on here, but we got rid of all that. So now we just got a line coming out of the pump, right? We got that dirty line coming out of the pump, goes through the valve bank, and this is a return. So when we chooch this up meow, it should be on off, and then that's it. So there's no more safeties. All the safeties except for that one valve is gone. Yes. So right now she's running. Up. Down. Perfect. So there's a good life lesson to be learned from all the fiddle that's going on here. Is that I don't know how any of these scissor lift things work. I don't have a clue. Like, who the knows how to work on these things? There's like 10 guys in the world that know how to wrench on these things properly. And well, there's probably one in the comment section right now saying, Peg, you're stunned. But well, yeah, I am stunned. But this is a good life lesson for all you minty pricks. Is that just because you don't know how something works doesn't mean you can't fiddle around with it and find out. I mean, this is the best. This is like that shit when you were a little kid, you know? You have no idea what the going on, but you're just having fun doing it. And that's what this is. So next time you guys are afraid to get into a project or fiddle around because you don't know what you're doing, who gives a just it up until she's mint. That's the best way to hobble through life. That's what I've always done. Don't know what I'm doing? Mint. Let's around with it until either A, we figure it out, or B, it's so up that nobody else can use it. Mint. All right, so the box is all dialed in. The wires are tucked away. Looks mint. This red is main chooch. Green is up, I think. And hemi orange is down. So let's see what the happens. I think everything's good. Climb into this hot rod deluxe that's missing the plywood floor. Let's give her. Oh yeah. Mint. I feel pretty safe about this. Oh yeah, now I can go up and see how much I my light up. All of it. It still looks not bad, I guess. It's still chooching. Gonna need a new light socket, but this thing is a waggly mess when it's in the air. I think she's a little sacked out, so I'm gonna be pretty excited once I get the skid steer tied to it, so I have some kind of hope that it doesn't just fall over on a cripple. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but this cripple doesn't like heights at all. And it's sketchy as shit. But I can see America from up here. Man, all right, let's see if she goes down. Oh, she goes down fast. Let's see if she pimps. Oh, yeah. Oh, she pimps until she gets to that level, and then she's slow. Well, now we have a mint skookum choocher, and she goes up and down, and there's no. It actually works a lot better than I thought it was gonna. And it's relatively smooth. Look at the. Can you guys see that in the video? The soot that's sprayed to the roof of this shop. That's just not dark from no light. That's dark because of the chooch. Some idiot wrecks everything around here. Mongoloid. This is mint up here. Oh, what's that right there? America. Let's make it into a skid steer attachment, meow. And make it a little bit more stable, because as she sits right meow, she's a bambied mess. All right, so how this piece of works is it's supposed to have little legs that dingle out. Yeah. So it's got these legs that dingle out on each side, and then basically this is the thing that holds it up. Like, it gives it stable future or whatever, but we're not going to have any of that because It's always gonna be in the way. We might keep the front one on it. We might, it's a hard might. Let's see what happens here. Is this gonna work? If the front one still works, it still locks in. So this leg is, oh yeah. So the front one works mint. We'll leave it on there. We're not worried about any of that shit. But this side's a so what this crippled hillbilly's idea is I hate the wheels have gotta go, and then I'm gonna lift it all the way up, go at her underneath with some metal skis. I got some I-beam that the neighbor gave me, so it's a metal platform that it sits on, right? And then I was thinking about going about a foot out this side, and then this side here, I'm gonna put the beams back a little bit, so when you set the thing down, she's nice and stable. That's the plan. So we're moving right along here, everything's going in. What you're gonna want to do is just lift the whole machine up, and then the hoses and lines that are required to keep you alive, you're gonna want to just pinch them in there, and then it's fine. Back at a dirty derelict debacle. We got a little Welding. I was giving her a hard on this guy yesterday, and let me tell you this for they did not cheap out on the welding rod when they put this old prick back together. But we're gonna clean this all up and get the welding to it. I got a hand to the old vodka. It doesn't make a fella tired like the old beer does. Man, getting old sucks ass. You. But I mean, you got to roll with the alcoholic punch in your rolling. I mean, you know, body tells you got to switch back to the hard stuff for a while. I mean, you just got to go with the flow. What a treat. This one's for Bert. Oh, what a good song. Don't let your babies grow up to be hillbillies.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
Like a rhinestone cowboy, getting drunk and going to the All right, so we got that guy notched out. So that should add a whole lot of rigidity for this thing. What for being a sacked out piece of shit. This booze is really getting me in touch with my feminine side. I just feel like running the box out of the pickup down the drive-through post.
As we're raising this generation of really strong, incredible women that are coming.
So we got everything welded on, and then we got to get her mocked up for the bottom. All right, well, we got some going on here. We got her all welded up. Looks sassy. That's all overhead. We had to reroute all the hydraulic lines because I ripped them all to the skid steer a couple times already. So we rerouted those. But no bolts. The welds aren't even old yet. And you bought an acreage just down the road from here, right? I did. And what? No bullshit. We can't even make shit up. They come over here for scaffold, and I said, lo and behold, look at this thing. So it's not even welder still cooling down. She's already got a job. Mint. So we got the old Instagram weld all dialed in. So that means the legs are back on her. She's sassy. This dingle leg still works. So in case you get a little bit rowdy, you can hang it on this side instead of the skid steer side. But we do have one problem in this shop, and well, we live in Frost, Pakistan over there. You see the flag, and the problem in the shop right now is that Justin Trudeau just passed a new bill saying we got to have a certain amount of diversity in the shop. And let me tell you, for free, these guys ain't handling it. So, bam, we're more diverse now. Because I mean, we're racist for not having a bunch of diversity in here. He's not racist for dancing around with blackface. That's not racist. No, it's not racist at all. It's not racist at all. Pieces of shit. Exactly. So the lead paint burning's real in here. Just burning the out of this. With that though, a Princess Auto Iron Man welder makes me look like I know what I'm doing, other than the spots where the Chinesium metal met the aluminum and lead-based paint. That's fine. You don't have to worry about that. But these all look good. This looks good. So what we're gonna do now is set the skid steer on there, tip her back, and see how she works.
Electric lift or what?
You know what?
With the hydraulic.
I could smell French coming down the road. What's that?
Dallas's transmission.
Oh, that's fine. Everything reminds me of her. The fuck, AJ? Hurry up. It actually sounds like it's dialing in better. There. That's better. I was just helping you out. This thing's safe. I feel it's safe. Do you feel it's safe?
Oh, yeah.
It identifies as safe. All right, so we're putting diesel in this sassy old Ford. It used to belong to sawed-off Frenchmen. It's the old Barney. So the guy shows up. It's completely but it's got internet. You want to give us the lowdown on how this thing is?
If you drive it around with the clutch that needs to be bled, all the gears are bad. It was only second when I sold it to him. Now it's all of them.
So it's not the ZF5 problem. It's not the whole wheel problem.
Right. The oil pressure gauge is wired to the it's hooked up to the high pressure oil system. Oh, so when you start it, it goes ping. It just buries the gauge.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either.
We've got the proprietary stick dopes on there, and you can't actually tighten them because they're sticky dopes. What else we got going on? We got this thing on cruise control, so it's going to be on dust control pretty soon. So what else did you do? You have to bolt the bumper back on before you come out here?
Oh yeah, there was a 3/8 extension holding the look. There's only one bolt, and that's what the 3/8 extension was.
You're gonna want to have that, and then so it's got internet, but you have to start it with a pair of vice grips.
Yeah, it's got Starlink with no starter.
It's got the good wiring to it. Oh, but it's got a boost pressure gauge.
It doesn't work
because it's gonna make all the 5 psi. Buddy, he's honky tonking this thing.
No, and he put a fuel pressure gauge in it, but he broke the manifold that it bolts into, the brass manifold on top, so it leaks fuel now too.
Oh, perfect. Oh. Yeah. Shut her down there, hillbilly. Well, you can turn this off. Oh, you're stunned. Starlink internet, vice grip, cold start. Still runs like a 7 grade.
Oh yeah, still running good.
Wasn't this one that was a gutless pig?
No, this one was good.
This one was good?
This one was good. The transmission was boring out.
All right, well, thanks to about a half mile of wire here and a bunch of fiddle. You'll notice that all the welds we didn't do, those were hard to get to when it was on the ground, so these will do just fine. We got these guys dialed in, so basically we're gonna put a ratchet boomer on each side that we rigged up. That one's from the dump, the other one was from Princess Auto, and we're gonna rig it in here. So what it does is it gets rid of the hydraulics, the pins, and the quick attach for a point for it to snap off. So now when you pull this up tight, the pins that I designed, it's no longer relying on those. So it's gonna be all kinds of safe. So we're gonna set this piece down and go take it for a rip. There, now it's all part of the machine. Ready to go there, AJ?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut this wall off.
So I think you want those when you're out of the group.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it? This seems pretty stable. This seems pretty good.
This is what we need for deer hunting.
Man, that's what Clark's gonna use it for. The guy that gave me all the steel, he's like, oh, let me borrow it for deer hunting. How high does this thing go? I've never had it very high before. We might need some plywood for this side.
Kyle's got plywood.
I haven't even tested this thing out yet.
This is sketchy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
But it goes up high, is it?
It's actually not that bad.
It's not that bad. Like, I think you get used to how sketchy it is, but it keeps going. Like, man, this thing is unreasonably high. I hate heights.
Me too. Let's go down.
It keeps going. That's it. We're at the top. We made it. This is pretty good though.
Yeah.
Hey Kyle, I can see down your shirt. Don't do her. Don't do it. I don't have a floor on my side.
I'm on what?
Rotten.
45-year-old plywood.
Not even that rotten. All right, to try to gauge and measure as to how high this piece of goes. So my front wall of the shop there, the door is 14 feet, the ceiling's 16 feet, and I think the tip of the truss is at about 20 something feet. So I think this piece of does about 20 to 22 feet in the air, which is pretty good. There was a lot of squeaks, a lot of rattling going on by the time she got to the top, but we knocked the rust off. She's mint. Oh man, it's like the fair. It's like going to Mexico and riding a carnival ride. Whee!
Just hold it. I think it's easier if you do that.
We're man. Hold on, watch those lines twerk. Can you see the? Oh my God! Can you see the twerk and those dump lines? Yeah, but it's pretty stable there.
It's worse here than it is up there. Why is that?
Well, because the pins are tighter. Yeah, that's not that bad.
Well, I guess we better put it to work.
Yeah, going to work. All right, well, we got her all loaded up. Everything's in. We're gonna pray that nothing falls off. Welds are still pretty hot, but we're putting her to work. Man, I taught this kid right. There's twice as much ditch as there is road. It's hard not to drive in the ditch. You're not gonna not ditch bag it. AJ's ditch up, look at him.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't sit in the pit. Oh, I don't give a f what we put in there. As long as it's better than what's in there. I think holier than his hands for sake. Look at this kid with his fancy ass Honda Davidson. Pull on that, would you? I don't know how much more this rubber foot can handle. Man, this piece of shit is just the gift. It's just the gift that keeps on giving with on the floor. It's brutal. Is that a Honda or what is it? A Yamaha Davidson. So you can't say like brother, you can say like cousin. Last time I was in here, there was some Mennonite telling me to f myself. I'm like, hey, your horses are on the road. They go off. I'm like, okay. Man, this thing's a honky-tonkin' rig. Chalk lines. Is that the only lines you have? Yeah. You don't have any of the white ones? They're not even white anymore. It's like yellow Comet.
You can barely see it, but it'll fit in there.
That's what she said. Is Kimberly up, down, run down?
You think I know how to run this thing up and down?
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea. Close?
Well, rev it up before you... There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh,
that looks a little crooked.
Just corner it a little bit. I'm trying to run some quality gear here for my new customer, and you're being a piece of shit. You just slide it in a little bit and cut off whatever's left.
Oh, come on now. Put the smooth side up.
Then it's going to be slippery.
Yeah, I wouldn't want this thing to be dangerous. We gotta take that off, because I'm gonna trip my fat, crippled ass right over that. The welds are still hot and the zeros are still. Man, it's mint now. Yeah, what in hillbilly is going on? They built this thing out of 2 7/8 trill stem.
That's what I'm telling you. The square is round too.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you can't argue with results. All right.
They got halfway done and like their cousin walked in, so they got distracted or something.
So, do we need a welder? You want to bring that thing up on the scaffold? What the f? It's old chains that are welded to it.
Yeah.
This
up, Pat?
This riggins matches my f***ing genie here. Are we zip disking this off? Because that's
No, you lift it up and it comes out. You sure about that?
It kind of lifts and comes out. No, that ain't coming off of there. They welded that on with it hanging there. Hey, hold on. This is multifunctional, okay? It goes up.
Yeah, up.
And
down.
Down. And back in time and side to side. Hold on. We're not safe. Hold on. Oh, the other side's broke off. Oh, and now we're safe. Flick the breakers until the grinder does stuff.
There you go.
You better hurry up. Your buddy Kyle can't afford this lift. We're charging up by the minute. It's like one of those greasy truck stop motels, eh? Charging by the minute.
You know those, Kyle.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Oh, now we're to the up spot.
This thing's... Oh,
man, my face is so itchy from all the metal sparks.
There you go.
Thank you.
Dinner's warming up.
That's fancy, buddy.
Front side up, that's fancy.
And make sure you breathe all that zinc shit in. That's good for you. That's the gift that keeps on giving. You want to slam a jug of milk before you weld into that, or you... See, Kevin, I say nice things about you. You breathe that in.
Breathe that in. It's good for you.
We're hitting second stage now, bro.
That was our plan.
The money you're getting charged right now, though, man. It's going to be in the tens of dollars.
What? Kevin might have to get up there and help you.
Oh my. Okay, I'll stop.
Start bouncing.
Yeah.
Better be careful, Bart. Look at those warning signs. Solve your problem, Millhouse? Yep.
Oh, the safety chains are whipping.
Oh, it hurts when you hit
the safety chains across the knuckles. Well, I can pick you up over top and then lift it from there.
Don't kill me.
I won't kill you. This thing's all legit. We put welds on it. Well, you can't. Oh, yeah, she's a lot more floppy with the...
Yeah,
I'm going to sit on the back of the skid steer.
Yeah, thank you.
A big one of those Pakistani counterweights that you see on Instagram all the time. Ding, 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 ding. I'm counterweighting. Hey, if those can weld the crankshaft back together, we can do this. Man, this thing went from a lift to a welding rig.
Oh, your inflatable hot tub.
You got an inflatable hot tub?
Yeah, he says it's awesome.
Must be nice.
Well, I'd buy you a house. I would buy you a house.
And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you inflatable hot tub, a couple of beers. Living high on a hog. Put the beans back, they're cooking.
I just have a couple.
Every time we fire it up, it's getting warmer and warmer. Are they hot yet?
No, they're just warm now.
We need to run the out of this thing, get some EGTs going. I'm gonna eat the out of those beans, they're good. Man, manifold beans are the best beans. Always poke a hole in them. Oh yeah, I can taste it. Galvanized. Oh yeah. That's how you know it's good. That looks good though. Are we doing that? Oh, the thing's fucking so hooked up. So what's the plan now? We gotta weld the hooks over there for the dingle?
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time I actually ate food that wasn't cheesies or liquor.
So something like that.
And between the Zin, the liquor, and the welding and the diesel smoke, I'm feeling it. What a dingle 5,000.
That'll be fine.
This is a good, it's a medley. It's like I'm doing a Jeffrey.
I'm feeling pretty rough off. This is free 99.
Oh, you're leaning on the switch again. Do I even get any protection, or you just want me to go raw dogging?
You can raw dog.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine. Raw dog has never led me to anything burny before.
Are we ripping that off?
I got a drippy tap. Eh? Oh no, just weld that one as this one and it'll equal up.
Oh, drunk, high, and stoned. All of it.
Those aluminum fumes are just dialing this cripple into the danger zone. Ow, I got electrocuted like a mother. Ow!
Does that happen?
Yeah, it does. I'm salty, alright? Try that out. Ow! Oh, I need some gloves. Are we good? It's glowing red, so I don't think that was attack. Oh, 8.5. Yeah, bud. You don't need to worry about being crippled. Starts to get a little floppy, eh?
It's like watching a bunch of retards trying to f a doorknob out there.
Alright, oh. There we go.
Is that side on too?
Yeah, we're good.
Man.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Buddy, what a unit. Job well done. This thing's gonna ting and rattle like two skeletons on a tin roof. Yeah, knock off all the asbestos dust. That's delicious. And once it falls over, then you put the leg out. Kind of like when after you roll the tank truck, you put the chains on it when it's hanging in the air. I've done that twice.
You rolled the tank truck?
I didn't roll it. I was helping the Mennonite guy put the chains on it. He's like, Peg, you gotta come help me. I'm like, what? He's like, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna say it over the radio. Like, so I pulled up and the truck's like right on his lid.
You put chains on real quick.
Oh yeah, we put chains on. Man, we took my chains off my truck and his were all rusty, and we hung my chains on his truck. He got insurance. Well, cause like the hill was just rickshawing down, and it went straight across the road and then left, and the dispatch sheet said in gigantic, they had to change the ink in the printer. So in red, it said must use chains. He's like, ah, it. 2 trucks on the same job got rode up. I mean, you gotta give her. He put chains on. It didn't say when. They didn't specify. We're gonna have hot beans when we get home.
That's hot beans.
I high idled the skids here so they'd be hot.
Moron.
We got a fresh one for the drive home. I know everybody out here is an alcoholic, but they just give her.
But you can still work and drink.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but when you're stoned, you're like, man, let me get skip the dishes. When you're drunk as like, I'm gonna go shoot a beaver. Yeah. We burned some extra diesel for a reason here. Oh yeah. Man, we got dinner?
Boiling over or what?
Man, no, they're perfect.
Awesome,
I'm
man.
excited to have beans maple. Oh, Witter Dog will drink that up.
Remember like 120 jobs on that job board or something? We had like what, 6 standard and 4 compact units.
Those are good beans. Oh. Might as well get drunk and high this morning. I mean, why not? Witter Dog, are your nuts frozen to the porch? Come on, buddy. Come on, bud. We shop. You cold dog. He's a cold dog. He's stunned. Willard. Oh. This one's for Bert. Oh yeah. What a hot rod piece of gear, isn't it, Willard Dog? What are you doing down there? Willard Dog. What are you doing? Are you stunned? Are you stunned, dog? All right. Well, I hope all you minty pricks enjoyed that dirty derelict production of my crippled ass getting this thing going. It's pretty mint. I had plans for it a while ago and I finally got them done, so it's pretty sweet. It's gonna be handy as oh. Better pimp it a bit here. Oh yeah, it really gets going. I did have a lot of plans for this thing because I gotta get a little done around here, so I am gonna fix the lights in here, the ones I up, the ones outside, and a bunch of other. I already got a couple buddies that want to borrow it, so yeah, that's how you know you built it right. It should go outside, like it's on rough terrain or whatever the it is, as long as you get it kind of level. I mean, you can go up as high as it'll go. Those tie backs to the skid steer, I mean, I haven't used those yet, but I mean, it's fine. The safety's right here. It doesn't matter that you're not using it, it's still there. That's how that works. Look at the old welds on the old beer holder here. She's just as bad as the welds that are holding this thing together. Well, once again, I appreciate all you guys for watching this Dirty Derelict production. I congratulate the United States of America on your guys' big win there. I called it. I mean, I started filming this video before, and then this is right after, and everything's mint. Mr. Trump, Mr. President Trump, my hat's off to you, sir. I'll pour one out for you. And I am an oil burden, I am in Frost, Pakistan, but I realize how much that feller means to the rest of the world. Whether anybody likes to admit it or not, the United States of America is minty as and nobody around and finds out with old Trump. He draws a firm line in the sand, and that line you do not cross. Well, like always, I'd like to shout out all the Patreons that are keeping the lights on, the diesel burning, and the old cripple's freedom of speech paid for. From the bottom of my heart, all you hard-working trades guy, machine operators, I don't even care if you run a sewing machine. All you guys are mint as you guys are giving your hard-earned money to keep my fat crippled ass freedom of speech paid for, and I appreciate it, all of it. You guys are tits out of 10. But before I give the shout outs, I just want to let you know that well, this is kind of a problem for me, but kind of meant for you guys. The guy doing all my swag orders, he's hard on the liquor, hard on it.
Cheers, buddy. The liquor's calling shots now, Randy.
Minty as he never up an order, and if he does, he sobers up and corrects it. He's just a tits out of 10 feller. I love this guy. He's my right-hand man, my best buddy. But he's been hard on the liquor lately, and all the orders that have been going out, he's been putting a bunch of extra in there, like extra flags or shirts or stickers or hats or all kinds of stuff. That's what happens when he gets piled up drunk. He doesn't go on the conservative side. He goes on the let's fill the box full as much as he can side. So for all you guys that are getting minty as but wait, there's more. So a lot of you minty mouth breeder to mongoloids that are beer drinking and sitting on the couch watching this Dirty Derelict production. A lot of you guys have a lot of minty broads. Old Kevin there was noticing. A lot of orders were going out.
Buddy, we had so many chicks ordering the last few days. It's probably Christmas.
What for Christmas presents, I think. Because there's no way there's that many women watching this channel. There's no way. And we had a whole pile of orders of women that were making orders for, I'm going to guess, would be Christmas presents for their men. So that all being said, what Kevin's done, he says, pegging legging, you fat derelict cripple.
Hey buddy, I'm gonna watch that Trump video because man, I love Trump. But I wanted to quickly send you this. This is my idea tonight. All Patreon vidjas going forward.
Give me a hell yeah! What?
That's my plan.
Throw on a sale at 25% off for the Patreons and just keep it on there. And remember, with Trump being in and Canada being an absolute disaster with the old exchange rate, you guys are already saving a while. So for every $1 American you spend, it's like $1.30 something Canadian. So you guys are already saving 30%. So it's basically like my leg. It's kind of 50% off. Man. But yeah, we appreciate all you minty pricks. So there you go. We got you guys at 25% off. Tits out of 10. I don't know why. I don't. But me and my son have went up in this thing 100 times. I've sat up in here 100 times drinking beer. I cranked a bunch of country music. my pants up here. It's just, I don't know what it is about it up here. It just feels right. Pretty mint. But we do have a bunch of minty new swag coming down the pipe here for Christmas. We're trying to get a couple cool things. We're gonna be posting that on the old Patreon when she comes in. We're just waiting for it to come in. Once it does, we do a quality control. We just basically bring it in here and beat the out of it, and then if it passes quality control, well, we throw her up on the old Patreon and on the old stores. All right, well, enough mouth breathing and mongoloiding. These are all the minty pricks that are keeping the lights on. Well, this is backdated a little bit. What's for me posting another extra video on the old Patreon. Yeah, so this is, I don't actually remember the dates, but it was a big train wreck, but Kevin dialed it in and I wrote it all down. Look at that nice handwriting, pretty much like a doctor. All right, well, we'll start off with the 10 buckers. We got Josh Bentley, Nick Zuck, Rusty, Sean T, Opie, Brandon Rabil, Traveling Man, David Marino, LSP Chippy, Andy, Buster Hyman, 95 Ferd, Preston Johnson, Derek Ferguson, Peg's Right Leg, Trenton Fortune, OJ, Sierra McIntyre. Is that a chick? Is that another broad? Yeah, I mean, this channel's just made for women. I mean, they watch this and things get moist. I mean, I'm just chiseled, and I mean, did you see my ass earlier? Jacked and tan. We got Heavy Metal Machinist, Baylor Oliver, Stephen Masternbrook, Kyle Melenke, Brandon Rebel, Tyler, Michelle Cluett, Bob, Colby Newmeyer, Cam, Daniel the Irishman. Buddy, I'm half Irish, half German. Russ and Ross, Dave Ross McToss, that's a badass name. Nathan Gress, Ricky Atotiso, Anthony Birchall. Then we got the 12-0 Tours, we got Ronald McLeans, Jacob Weber, 464 speed bullnose Bronco tree clearing. That's badass as that's the kind of guy you want to drink with. And it's an old bullnose. It's a 4-speed bolt action, and he clears trees with it. That's the kind of guy you want to have a few lattes with and go rallying through the trees. Curtis Evanson, and we got 15 buckers. We got John Patrick, Tim's Outdoors, Cummins Bugs, I don't know. I want your guys' opinion on how to say this. Piotr Frakzik. That's a foreigner, but that guy's meant to. We got Jackson Lamb, Kin Hunt. We got the 1776ers, Barry McCockiner, Jesse Long, Girth Brooks. All right, we got the 20 buckers. We got Brian Sutherland, Trevor Wiles, Brian Zazarniak, East Coast 1776 IDI. Man, Justin Johnson. All right, we got 25 buckers. We got Jacob Weber, Midnight Designs, Garrick, Rob Van Dyck, and we got the 30 buckers at Jake Madison. You guys are minty as I appreciate the ever-living out of you pricks. Well, there's minty Patreons, and then there's the minty pricks to give my fat crippled ass a raise. We got Blind Adventures, Maria Hanks, Mountain Bearer, Jimbo 0901, Jordan Langdon, Route 6 Diesel, Macho, Tank Sniper 09, Zach Metcalf, Chris Tharp, C. Douglas 77, D. Mitko Black, Kyle Driscoll, Wheel Mounted Redneck, Owen Gray, Triple G, Rusty, Michael Carter. I don't know if that's the Michael Carter that is a buddy of mine, but he runs Bed Truck Winch Truck out in Prince George. He's minty as. We got Christian McCullough, Car Wash Co-op, Rowdy Bendick, $8.20 in your fan belt, $8.20 in your fan belt. Alrighty. We got Curtis Evanson, Stephanie Gelano, another broad. Pretty mint. Tyson Lockey, Ongi 454, Nut Taps and Ass Slaps, Greasy JD Skidder Mechanic. Now there's nothing tougher than a skidder operator other than a JD skidder mechanic. That guy, mint. Mouth breathing mongoloid. You and everybody else, hillbilly. Jesse, Ashley, Andy, Dwayne Hallgreen, Ryan Nelson, I love hot dads, Wesley 7.3, 1202 drinker, Keegan Smith, Caleb DeLong, Preston Zemanek, Slapship Garage. We got D353-D9G. And I'm gonna guess that's a Detroit with a dirty old D9G. I'm gonna guess they're not put together because that'd be ridiculous, but it's a badass name. Wicked Pissa 207, Nolan Alexander, and Kissing Cousin. You guys meant to. Willard, are you laying right in the hydraulic oil? Willard, why are you laying in the oil? There's 1,800 square feet here, and only 400 square feet of it's covered in and you lay in the 1 square foot that's hydraulic oil. Are you stunned, dog? I don't know how to describe this to you guys, but when you pimp this thing, it definitely feels like you're gonna die on a carnival ride. Oh, just a mess. You can trust the 1980s steel that's got a bunch of porosity welds and no safeties on it. It's fine. All right, I can't blow smoke up your minty pricks' asses and tell you that you're about to light on fire. I had a guy send me a minty package the other day. And it looked like a Scamazon box. And so we ripped into it because I thought it was Scamazon. Really dog. But it ended up turning out he just used a Scamazon box to send me a package. So we ripped into it and I was drunk and there was a bag of dressed all over chips in there. And we couldn't help ourselves, so I ate all the chips. And that being said, this is the box. Kevin retaped her back up there. So this is his package, and I do have a bunch of minty fan mail that you guys have sent me that I haven't opened yet, but I feel bad that I haven't opened this guy's package yet because I did eat all the tater chips out of it. If a fella eats all the tater chips out of it, you better open it up on camera because that's just the way she goes. It's still good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. There's a bit of don't worry about that. Don't hold on here. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Peg, that's pretty disrespectful and mean to rip into something and wreck it right away." Well, it doesn't matter that it's been through a chainsaw. Half the clothes I wear from the dump. I'm gonna enjoy this anyway. Willard, is it not even noon yet and I'm already drunk? Willie dog. I'm pretty excited to see what he got me though. I should have opened it from the top. What'd he get me? What is this? Oh, yeah, it's Godby sauce. And it only ripped the sleeve up a little bit, so it's fine. Is this a bunch of them? Yeah, mint. His and hers. Oh, it's got ZTN BP on the sleeve. This guy's mint. Man, you got the whole family some shirts. Oh, approved. Yeah. You get one for Junior too? Oh, that's beauty, buddy. Thank you, man. That's awesome. I think there was a note. Yeah, there was a note. All right. Hey, Peg, you minty prick. Enjoy these all-dressed chips and check out these shirts I had made for you. Printer on the side just so you get what you get. If you like them, great. If not, they're shop rags. Threw in some stickers from my YouTube channel. Use them or not, check them out, my show or not, or don't. It means a all to me. Love the you call ZTN BP. Is that a home? Stay minty, fun, junky garage. Suck squeeze. That's mint, buddy. I do apologize for sending your minty fan mail through the chainsaw, but I mean, you can't send fan mail here without expecting it to go through a chainsaw. The old 066 needed a good cleaning anyway. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Well, she's cold outside, and Witter Dog sure appreciates the new shirt. Don't you, Witter Dog? Looks good on ya. Well, you prevented Witter Dog's non-existent nuts from freezing to the porch, and we appreciate you, bud. Thanks for the fan mail. But until the next Dirty Derelict production rolls down the pipe, which shouldn't be long, because Richie Bros Auction in Edmonton hooked this cripple up big time. Until next one, appreciate all you mitty pricks, and keep out your ass. He's done, dog.